Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. Sexy Virgo. Let's see how you've changed. How have you transformed, my friends? So, who you were then. Then could be a couple of days ago, a couple of weeks, a couple months, a couple years. I don't know. You're going to see when we pull out the cards. And then we're going to look at you now. And how I'm going to do that, I'm going to use a few different decks. I'm going to start with, or maybe you need to know that you are safe right now. So if there's anything you're worried about, nothing can penetrate. You've got Archangel Michael around you right now. It says, I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home. So maybe you've been feeling some negativity around you. That's okay. It can't touch you. I'm going to look at this deck and I'm going to look at the angel you had, because they come with these similar messages. So angel or energy that you had around you in the past and the one that you have now that's helping you out. And then I'm going to go into this fairy oracle deck. I haven't seen this one at all. Shine from within. Well, that's really beautiful. So we're going to see what the challenge was for you then and what the challenge is for you now with this fairy oracle deck. And then I'm going to go into my beautiful energy, the Magician. Going to go into my Heaven and Earth Tarot, and I'm going to look at the then and the now to get kind of like a snapshot of everything that's going on. And just when you thought it was all done, I'm going to go into the Shihu El Ki deck, and we're going to find out what lesson you have not fully learned. So something that you're still working on here, and then what lesson you have fully learned. So let's get started. It is general. So because it's general, it may or may not resonate. If it does and you're drawn to it, there is an extended. The link to the extended is at the top of the description within this video. All right, Sexy Virgo. Let's see. It is so cloudy and gray here today. Oh my gosh. I wish it would just snow. Snow like crazy. It just takes the grayness away and makes everything look magical. All right, the angel guide that you had around you. Then, peace. Archangel Camuel. Peace comes from remembering that only love is real. Ooh. So then you were practicing some sort or some form of peace, or you were recognizing that peace is the only thing that is real because peace comes in with love. Love is the only truth. It's a very spiritual energy, to be honest. Love is the only truth. Love is the only thing that is real. Everything else is, I'm just hearing, everything else is a distraction. So, and this doesn't have to be just romantic. This can be like the relationships that you have with other people. Is this based on some sort of mutual love, mutual feelings? Does this bring you peace? Okay, so now the angel guide that you have around you now. Sensitivity, Archangel Haniel. You are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. Interesting with the peace and the sensitivity. I don't know if you had some sort of like a feeling, sort of like your spidey senses going off, telling you, you know what, I need to find peace because I feel like I'm going to be in a sensitive period in the future. And maybe you didn't even recognize this, but it kind of feels like that. Like it flows into it that way, that you are recognizing that peace and love are the only things that are truly real. Those are the only energies that you can manifest for your higher good. And then now you are sensitive. Being sensitive to outside energies and feelings is not a bad thing. It kind of makes it sound like you're finally in tune to what's going on around you. But because of that, you do need to be perhaps extra sensitive and honor yourself and these feelings. Healthy lifestyle, Archangel Raphael. Eat a healthy diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimal health. And then you have a ton underneath. So that could be a message for you too. If you've been doing any comfort eating, finding the peace and love comes within. You know, it could come in the form of cake or cupcake. That's only if you have a Taurus moon like me, and it's all about. So no, there's something here about making sure you get enough sleep, exercising, getting the blood flowing, flushing your lymphatic system, and eat foods that add to your peace and love. Eat foods that add to peace and love. Why not? Ooh, but you're extra sensitive. So it could even be too, things that you're putting in your body right now may have an effect in terms of how you feel, the chemical processes going on with that. You are what you eat, honey. I really find the Western society, the Western culture has taken a very long time to catch up to that. Like a lot of cultures have always known and believed and understood that you are what you eat. Everything that you put into your body, as well as the things that you put into your body, like relationships that you put into your body, the words that you allow to come into your life, like all of those things affect you. Okay, so let's look at the challenge then and the challenge now. The challenge then. Oh, transformation. This fairy tells you to surrender to a transformation in your life that's happening for your highest good. Embrace your transformation. The best is yet to come. I'm hearing hope. And I like that with the peace card. A transformation. Setting yourself free from something perhaps with this dove, this releasing this dove. Being able to release peace and love. You know, might be releasing something or someone also. Letting something go. Letting something go in your life. Kind of coming up too with the healthy lifestyle. Some of you might have let something go in your life in the past. And this is all meant to produce a healthier life for you. A better life in the future for you. But you need to transform out of the energies that encompassed you from something from the past that you've released from. And I feel like actually the transformation and the sensitivity card, even the colors are so similar. And if you think about a transformation, and she has these little butterfly wings, you can't open up a chrysalis before the transformation is complete. It's extremely sensitive on all levels. You would kill it. You would damage it. You would ruin it. It would come out liquefied and it would never be that butterfly. So gosh darn it, Virgo, respect the sensitivities that you might have right now. Maybe you're extra sensitive to criticism, or maybe you're extra sensitive to things going on around you, or maybe you're extra sensitive to the light or the dark. Whatever it is, it almost feels like it's you in a chrysalis. So it's a pretty good thing to respect it right now. Okay, so what is the challenge now? Woo, moderation. Are some of you pigging out? You got this. Come on now. You have this at the bottom. Healthy lifestyle. Eat a healthy diet. And then moderation. She's at a table pigging out, man. Is there something you know you shouldn't be eating? Try to eat mindfully and healthily. Although the fairies say that a little bit of what you fancy is fine. So what are y'all eating? She's holding, it looks like she's holding a piece of fruit. So maybe you should be eating more fruit. Maybe you're eating too much fruit too. Isn't that funny? Like you say, well, that's healthy. Ah, this feels like it's coming from the other end. You're overdoing something that's supposed to be healthy. It's not healthy when you overdo it. Anything becomes toxic when you put too much of it into your body. And fruit is very acidic. It could give you pimples. It could give you cankers. It could give you ulcers. It could do all sorts of stuff too. Fruit is also very high in sugar. That's really interesting. The challenge is right now, I think, you know, you might even be having some sort of a stomach sensitivity, or something's going on here with maybe your skin. You know, your skin is highly, it's a very big communicator to you. It's your biggest organ. Like this, I learned this through myself with dairy. If I take dairy on too long, dairy products, I started today, I get really gassy, and that's not good for anybody. But then it bothers my stomach. It bothers everything internally. And then if I don't listen, it comes out on my skin. I'll get like almost like a psoriasis and weird spots. I don't now, because I know how to recognize those signals from my body that, you need to back off on that. And there's certain I can't even do ice cream. I don't even try. There's something about ice cream that, I can do a bit of cheese for a while. I can do some other things, but ice cream sets everything off right away. So I feel like there's something about that. Like this food is coming up twice for you, and sensitivity. So take that as you will. If you've been trying to eat more healthily, you might be overdoing something. Just be careful. Celebration at the bottom. Stargazing and friendship and nature signs. Celebration. Get ready to let your hair down and celebrate. It's time to go out to dance and play. An invitation could be on the way. I'm also feeling for some of you that maybe you are dieting because you anticipate getting together with a group or someone, and we've all put on a little bit of COVID chub, or COVID chub. So just be careful that you're in moderation. You know what? A couple of love handles are great. They're great to hang on to for cuddles. So don't worry about love handles. Yeah, we all look great when working out. We got great bodies, but if you've ever tried to snuggle with somebody who's like really muscular or very thin, it's not very comfortable. Honestly, people with a little bit of layering are much more comfortable to dance with, cuddle with, all that stuff. So let's look at the tarot. Virgo. Okay, in the past, King of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Temperance. You became very clear about something. You were very clear about something here. And nothing was going to hold you back from creating this new beginning. But it seems like the best way to negotiate it was to be patient, with Temperance. Alchemizing. Ooh, this Ace of Pentacles almost feels like the chrysalis around you. And here you are inside alchemizing it. Yeah, you became very, very clear about a new beginning, but this new beginning has to do with patience. Being divinely guided. Now, the Seven of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Death card. What is this? Three of Wands and Five of Wands is at the bottom. It's almost like you're anticipating a bit of a fight, or anticipating a bit of a conflict. Anticipating a bit of a conflict. Or you're watching one from a distance even. Are you watching some sort of a conflict from a distance? I could see that with this transformation and peace energy. Ah, not wanting to get involved in certain conflicts around you, I think. That makes sense. You're transforming. You know that during this transformational period that you're highly sensitive. Now, this could be too. I mean, it sounds very, ooh, with the chrysalis and everything, but let's get practical. Let's get practical right here. So if you are transforming, particularly too, to have Temperance here as well, that you are kind of dropping ideas from the past, ideas of who you were, maybe other people, the situations, your belief system, whatever it could be. You kind of like dropping away and you know, to create these new beliefs, these new understandings of self. It's not going to happen overnight, particularly these things that you're kind of dropping and alchemizing took years to establish. It's going to take years to establish the new aspects of what you're becoming. So there is a sensitivity to that not perhaps wanting to be influenced by things that might be conflictive outside of you, because it's almost like a bit of a sponge energy. It's like a blank slate. You're becoming, on some level, you were a blank slate. So not wanting outside influence that you don't choose, that you don't feel right with, to come in and start writing on that blank slate. To own that, right? With the King of Swords, to really own this new beginning. Okay, so now I need to look at this. The Seven of Swords, it's called unstable effort on this deck. The Ace of Wands and Death, the Death card. It's almost like recognizing that how you've been moving forward was not a key to success here. Hiding certain... hiding certain compulsive energies. Or your compulsive energy. There's something here that you're hiding about yourself. I'm not pulling it out 100%, but you're ending it. So maybe that's why I'm not even pulling it out. Maybe it's hard for me to even understand it. Maybe we're not even meant to talk about it because it has something to do with the transformation from the past. So there's a rebirth here, but you need to have some moderation. You are highly sensitive right now, Virgo. I just want to say you all need to have your boundaries. I would really say that. Have your boundaries with the sensitivity, the moderation. There's something you know you shouldn't be eating. But it could be physically eating, but it could be something that you know you shouldn't be taking on in your life. Something that you know you shouldn't be taking on in your life right now because you're too sensitive to be dealing with this. Try to eat mindfully and healthfully, like feeding the brain too, I'm getting. Feeding the brain. Be really mindful of the things that you read, the things that you subject your mind to right now. A little bit of what you fancy is fine. Yeah, just really be careful with this. Don't overindulge in anything, I feel like. Because it is like if you're sort of blank slate energy, if you overindulge in something, overindulge in eating something, honest to goodness, it feels like you could produce a sensitivity to this down the road where you couldn't eat it at all. My mom has that problem with almonds. She went on this almond kick. She went almond flour, almond this, and she cannot eat almonds now. She eats almonds and she gets these weird breakouts in her face. So I'm kind of getting that too. You are highly sensitive. This is not the time to bombard yourself with too much of anything. I'm going to be clarifying this little thing down here. I'm my own curiosity. Before I do that, I want to see the lesson that is not fully learned and the lesson that you have learned. Sometimes I get my clarification with these cards, so let's see. Okay. I'm also getting what this is coming in right now, whoever needs to hear it, this overindulgence in other people's requests from you. People requesting your energy. Because if you're sensitive right now, you probably need to pull your energy back. So you really need to moderate things for you right now. Lesson not fully learned. She who brings light, light, serenity, and beacon. Oh, you are a light, Virgo. You are the light that calls in the darkness. You are the light that pulls people's darkness out of them. You can absorb these energies. I don't think you realize how much you bring light. I feel like people can get addicted to this light. I mean, this is not even just a feeling. I mean, this is a fact. So too, if you have a very bright light within, you're a healer with that kind of capacity. It's just like your aura, you know, that's kind of your gift here. You might, okay, this is funny. This is reminding me a bit of that kind of empathic energy. I've been watching Star Trek Next Generation. One of my favorite characters is Deanna Troi because she's an empath. And so it's so nice to see that reflected in a program, especially something from so long ago. But she loves chocolate. She loves chocolate. And I'm an empath and I love chocolate. It's my favorite thing in the world. One of my favorite things. And I mean, there's something here too with this, because if you are a light, if you are a beacon, like even the energy of someone like a Deanna Troi, an empath, that people feel healed just coming near you into your energy. But that's not your job. That's not your job, because that robs you of your light. You're perhaps meant to be in some of these situations for a short term, or not a long term, with everyone with the moderation. But you may also be trying to, on some level, energetically recuperate yourself with foods that have sugars in them, with foods that are very comforting. Something to set your sensitivity off here. So the lesson that you have learned, she who remains, powerful devotion, true worth, Ice Queen, kid. You've learned how to shut it off. Okay, you've learned that. Yeah, you have the King of Swords here. King of Swords, my new beginning is going into the chrysalis. Yeah. You have learned the lesson of true devotion. I do feel like this is true devotion to self. And with this, she who brings light, there has got to be some level here. And two, with peace and love, that you do bring peace and love. You have that natural ability, capacity within you. You're still learning about your light and what it brings into you, what it brings into your world, that you are a beacon. You're still learning that you're a beacon. It's a really deep reading, because I feel like there's questions here for you that, like, you're probably looking for. It would be helpful to have answers to if you don't have them all, because you can't change who you are. But I do see that you have learned. So these two lessons feel like they're intertwined. Like when your light, your beacon is being taken advantage of, or there's just too much coming towards it, you can cut it off like a Queen of Swords, honey. It's done. It's finished. That feels great. Let's move on. But right, you can't be the beacon if you're always the Ice Queen. But you obviously have to put that in at some point, sometimes. So there is a balance here. You know when to pull out the Ice Queen. Do you know when to bring the light back? Maybe that's it. Because you know your true worth. You know how powerful you are. And you remain steadfast in this, I'm getting. So it feels like knowing when to bring the light back. So, you know, there are going to be situations where it's okay. There's people who respect your energy. There are people who do not need you to heal them. They can come to you and feel warm, but they also recognize that they're the ones responsible for the healing that they need to do for themselves. So not to forget to turn the beacon back on, or not to stay too long in the Ice Queen energy. She who doubts, fear, weariness, and trust. She who yearns. Okay, so the doubt, I could see how it could come from what we're seeing here with the sensitivity that you have, the Ice Queen that has to come up, moderation, looking after you, moderating the energies that come towards you. But there's a fear and a weariness and a lack of trust, because there's just, I feel like probably you pull in a lot of shit with the beacon and the light. And it does get tedious. But it also, because with this Ice Queen, with the transformation and the sensitivity, You will. Is that here? No, that was Leo had a bit of that energy of like isolation, pulling away, but yet you yearn for contact, pine, longing, and yearn for something deep and healthy. Yeah, I want to look at, I'm going to this deck. This Seven of Swords, Ace of Wands, and the Death card. I think you're going to stop hiding your passion. You're going to stop going sideways with what you're passionate about. But let me just clarify it. The Seven of Swords, yeah, the Nine of Wands, it's become very tiring to elude all the time. Very, very tiring to elude. So I do feel like because you've mastered the Ice Queen, that there's no hesitation here anymore. So that helps with this fear and weariness and lack of trust. So you trust yourself to step in as soon as you need to and not let something carry on. If it feels like it's sapping your energy, it's taking your peace away. Ace of Swords. Oh, sorry. Why did I say Ace of Swords? It's Ace of Wands and you got Two of Cups with it. So some sort of truth, clarity. What you're passionate about is the truth. What you feel passion and desire for, that's your truth. And that's where you're going to find equality. That's where maybe two light beacons come together. Oh, but when you hide this, you can't call in the light that matches your light. The Death card. Yeah, see, this feels like ending that so you can have a new beginning. The Four of Pentacles, not moving. So staying in your chrysalis. The end of that. All right, I'm just going to ask. What comes after the Death card? Oh, baby. You have the Seven of Wands, the Seven of Pentacles, the Empress. This is figuring out how to move beyond things that, even how to move beyond your own defense. So, it's like red alert. You have a red alert system. It goes right away. There's a captain inside of you. Red alert, red. Have you ever seen that movie, Inside Out? You know how they have like all little caricatures inside of them that represent like envy and happiness inside. They should make it like a little Starship Enterprise inside. That would be funny. Anyways, that's just my idea. Seven of Wands, Seven of Pentacles, and the Empress. So you're realizing that the defense mechanism isn't moving you forward into your real growth and your real abundance, and finding a new way to push through. Finding a way to shine your light beacon to draw in the light that matches yours. Because the Ice Queen is not going to draw in the light beacon. I mean, it keeps everything away, but it doesn't let in what needs to come in. Ace of Wands and Knight of Swords, Five of Swords. Hearing it again. I got that in the Cancer reading. Cut a bitch. Cut a bitch out. Cut a bitch out. Just like, got an idea? I'm going to cut a bitch out. I'm talking like gangster, and that's not me. So I'm always coming into these readings lately. Oh, you're welcome. Everyone's welcome. So that's what I got for you, Virgo. I'm going to go do the extended. In the extended, I'm going to use tarot and oracle cards. I'm going to look at how this energy now transforms and then what it becomes, what you become in the future. So thank you so much, my sexy Virgos. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.